Hello, welcome back to Ben Sushi Live Noding. In this episode, we're gonna just do something really simple. Basically, revisiting these 2D Voronoi tricks that we might have done in the past. So I have SpreadShop add-on here already ready to use, and we know that there is a Voronoi 2D node. And then if you just scatter some random points, so random vector, and you will get Voronoi. Yeah, you need a bunch more of points, but that's what you get. It's pretty cool. It's pretty simple to use. Let me save this first as SV Voronoi 2D revisit. But we actually have new nodes under Script Node Lite, and this guy is called Voronoi With Radius. So I'm wondering if this is actually 2D or 3D, but I believe this is just a 2D. And like we already know, if it's a script node in SpreadShop, you actually can see the script. And this is actually something that many take for granted. This is the script that you can actually study, have a look, and modify yourself. This is actually really cool. You can understand how it works, basically. I will take a look at that at some point, I believe. But so this guy can do a similar thing, basically. So it's gonna generate Voronoi. It even fill the face somehow, and so we can just use this for now. Let's try 10 points. Okay, 10 points looks like that. So if I'm not wrong, it might actually use a 3D points because random vector is really generating random points in 3D space, but it seems to be flattening it, so we don't need to worry about the 3D points. It's gonna just create this 2D beautiful Voronoi pattern. Okay, so what can we do with this? So the radius seems to be controlling the actual radius coming out, and it's kind of like a bubble, you can think of it. So this is the Voronoi bubble, and then it's gonna create the pattern. You can bake it out, and this is the completed result. You can look at the wire. Oops, I smoothed it by accident. So this is cool, and you can actually just simply use something like wireframe and get some kind of mesh. If you like, you can flatten it further, but this is cool, very cool indeed. You can print it out, etc. But let's do a little bit more. Let's go to the top view, and okay, with the radius, I'm not sure if we can just provide like a random number for the radius. Testing it out. So we probably can, but it's gonna end up with 10 different objects, I believe. So it's like a flower. So we're not gonna use that for now. That's probably for the next one. Don't worry about that. Just we know that we have radius, and we can control these Voronoi points. We can scale it. Let's try actually use grease pencil on top of this. So I'm gonna write like I'm gonna make 2 strokes, BS, Blender Sushi, and I'll be using the GP plus. So this is the grease pencil thing that I often use. Basically, if we select the stroke of grease pencil, we can sample it. Okay, so we don't need the UV connection for now. We just need the points, and with the points we can randomize it, etc. Let's do that actually. So I can randomize it. I can add more sampling, so we're gonna get more points. Something to know. And we can list join this guy. Combine it into a single data. and I will combine it again with this guy right here. So let's bring this over there. So we have random points over here, and we have this another points over here. We want to combine it. As a result, we should be getting something that's interesting. You see the grease pencil and the Voronoi, they are kind of matching. So I can hide this guy, or maybe I make it more obvious. So that's the points from grease pencil, and we have these random points, and merge them together. In fact, let's increase the number of points from grease pencil, and as a result, we're gonna get this. So that's basically the idea. And if you actually look through, this is like the crack is looking at the grease pencil, and we can change it on the fly if you like. So okay, so that seems pretty cool, but what can we use this for? In the past, I have been using this for some kind of a web, kind of like a web text, you know, like spider web text. So we can do similar thing using wireframe like we did before. So wireframe will generate this kind of interesting looking mesh, and you can print this out, or first you turn on the close simulations and pin the area of the points. Let me go to the top view. Let me do that first actually. So selecting all this outer area, and I think all we need to do is, so I hit escape, go to this guy, vertex group, create vertex group, assign a weight of 1, and then select inverse. For this guy, we assign the weight of 0. So we have that. Select the pinning group, and I think we are ready. We just need to make sure the close simulations is before the wireframe, and simply drop it. So now we have close simulations, and this guy is happening. If it's slow, maybe turn off sphere chop calculations. So grease pencil happening. Let's turn this off over here. So now it should be faster, and this is a closed simulations, real time, and you can adjust the spring value over here. Let's try that. Different value of mass, structural, and stiffness, bending, speed. Okay, just leave everything else. I think this is pretty good, right? So you got a cloth that's generating that kind of, it's very spider webby if you think about it. Oh, I think there's one more thing that I forgot. So this Voronoi, you can adjust the resolutions. If it's 1, you're gonna get less points at the edge. There you go. This is probably cleaner and simpler. Alright, so bake, get that, and wireframe. If you don't want to use wireframe, you can also use skin, but that might be a little bit heavy. What I like to see is the wire here. So this is the cloth, this is the wire. With the wire, what will be interesting is that if you displace the area around the grease pencil and just lift it up, you kind of get that kind of crack look, or maybe kind of break the, wherever there's a crack, just break it over there. So it's more controlled Voronoi fracture in a way. It is of course just a 2D, but still pretty interesting. So there you go. That's a really basically just a exploration of the Voronoi 2D, but I'm using the new Script Node Lite, Voronoi with Radius. So you have a lot of control here. Basically, you can have less or have more, and then the grease pencil, of course, on top of that. So if I save this first and delete the grease pencil, go to the frame 0. If I write something else like blend, supposedly it's gonna update, and there's a blend there. All right. So there you go. Hopefully you find this useful. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you next time. Thank you. Bye.